World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day to all of our listeners here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This is World News in 5 and I'm your host, Steph Vicente. Indirect talks aimed at reaching a final agreement on a U.S. peace plan to end the war in Gaza have begun in the Egyptian city of Sharm el-Sheikh. The BBC reported that the sessions are focused on creating the field conditions for a possible exchange that would see the release of all Israeli hostages in return for a number of Palestinian prisoners. Militant group Hamas has said it agrees to the peace plan proposals in part, but has not responded to several key demands, including its disarmament and future role in Gaza. The talks, which will see Egyptian and Qatari officials holding shuttle meetings with delegations from both Israel and Hamas separately, come on the eve of the second anniversary of the Hamas-led attack on southern Israel on October 7, 2023, in which about 1,200 people were killed and 251 others were taken hostage. In other news stories, France is facing further political chaos after the country's latest Prime Minister, Sébastien Lecornu, resigned just after 26 days in the role. The BBC reported that hours after quitting, Lecornu accepted a request from French President Emmanuel Macron to work on a plan for the stability of the country by Wednesday evening. Lecornu's shock resignation on Monday morning came the day after he unveiled his cabinet and made him the third French prime minister to leave office since last December. His ministerial lineup had been fiercely criticized across the board by parties in the National Assembly, which threatened to vote it down. The nomination of former Finance Minister Bruno Le Maire as Minister of the Armed Forces in particular seemed to be a sticking point for many political factions. And finally, Eswatini received 10 third country nationals deported from the United States, it said, adding to an initial group of 5 deportees it received in July. The CNN reported that the Southern African country had announced on Sunday night that it was expecting to receive 11 deportees from the U.S. in October under an agreement with the Trump administration. It did not give their nationalities. It is noted that the individuals would be kept in correctional facilities until they could be repatriated to their home countries, and added that they were in good health and undergoing admissions processes. United States President Donald Trump aims to deport millions of immigrants in the U.S. illegally, and his administration has sought to ramp up removals to third countries as part of that crackdown. The first 5 immigrants deported to Eswatini this year were from Vietnam, Jamaica, Laos, Cuba, and Yemen. One man from Jamaica has already been repatriated with the cooperation of his government. And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.